Welcome back to HomeSmarts Radio. Lou Manfredini. Are you thinking about downsizing? I know for many of you that is probably a topic where the house is too big, the kids are grown up, you're taking up space, and maybe you want a little less to manage. And I think that whole concept can be a little overwhelming. Not only are we talking about the real estate market and how tough that is, because if you sell your house, which you probably do in 2 seconds, then you have to find a place. But then you have to figure out how all this stuff that you've accumulated over the years is going to fit into your new downsized place. Well, there's an organization, a company actually, that can help you figure that out. Joining me on the phone line is Amy Smith, who is a senior move manager with a company called Honoring Aging, which is a senior moving and downsizing service. Amy, good morning, and welcome to HomeSmarts Radio.
Good morning, Lou. Thank you for having me.
Did I kind of set that up a little bit? Okay, that downsizing can be a little overwhelming, and that's something you folks can help with?
You did perfect, and that is exactly right, and that's exactly what we help with.
So tell me about how it all works. If you've got a couple maybe that they have this nice big house in Naperville or Aurora or maybe Skokie, and they're gonna downsize to a smaller home, and they may need help just sort of figuring all that out.
Yes. So the first step is they would need to figure out if they're moving or if they're looking to stay put in their home and just need downsizing help.
Okay.
But then we would set up an initial consultation. So we would send, like myself or one of my coworkers, to go out to their home and meet with them and have that initial consultation where we can really talk to them, see what their needs are, see what their moving plans are, and then really dive deep into what they need and then the services that we can offer.
I would imagine it would be...
So that would be really that first step.
Right. And so you kind of determine whether... So for the sake of the conversation, if someone's downsizing, right, they're moving to really sort of a smaller home, but maybe still wanting to live independent, what are some of the things and the questions that you ask the clients and work with them to kind of help them visualize how it might be living in I'm coming from my 5-bedroom house, in one of those towns that I mentioned, and I'm moving to a little 3-bedroom home somewhere or a 2-bedroom condo for the sake of argument.
Exactly. And we run into that all the time where someone has been in their 5-bedroom home for 45 years with a basement, with a 2-car garage. And it's like, how do I do this? So, yes. So one thing we can do that we really suggest is a customized floor plan design. And that will really be the tool to help figure out what furniture can I bring with me, what furniture will fit into my new space, and where will it fit. So the way the custom floor plan works is we would measure all of the furniture that they want to bring with them.
Right.
We measure the home that they're moving into, and then we do that customized floor plan design in our program to really show them what they can bring.
So it isn't like going, oh, that couch will fit over there, and then they get it there and the couch doesn't fit. You're going to make sure that couch fits in that spot if that's where it wants to go.
Yes, 100%. We want to know ahead of time what will fit and what will not fit.
It seems like one of the things that this does is kind of relieve a little bit of the stress, right? To have a little bit of somebody with an eye that, especially when you've done this a lot, right? Because you've probably seen some mistakes and, you can kind of help people avoid those when they're doing this process.
Yes, one of our goals is really to reduce the stress of moving on our clients. And yes, we have seen so many mistakes where they don't want us to do a floor plan and then they're trying to cram that 5-bedroom house into that 2-bedroom condo. And it just doesn't work. And then they're paying extra for the movers to move all this stuff back to their house. They're paying more for us to pack extra that's not going to fit. it really can turn into a disaster without the proper planning.
Right. And in your services, do you also help things like maybe making recommendations with a moving company, or packing or unpacking or setting up? Do you help with that kind of stuff too?
Yes. So then when it comes time to the actual move, our team from Honoring Aging, we come to their house, we bring all of our own boxes and materials, and we do that packing ourselves. And we pack everything in the house that they want to take with them, like all of the kitchen stuff and electronics and lamps and all of that. And then we do hire professional movers who will then come on moving day to move all of the furniture in those boxes into their new home. And then our team would be the ones to unpack.
Oh, wow.
So then we do making their beds, plugging in their lamps, hooking up electronics, and really getting that new home set up and organized so that they can just move right in. You know, their bed will be made so they can go to bed that first night and have it all done.
You're sort of like wedding planners for the move, right? I mean, but I mean, it really is. I mean, I think that if you think about it, moving can be such an overwhelming, concept for anyone. And there's a lot of things you have to check off the list. So, and tell me if I'm wrong, but so my wife and I are going to downsize, and we hire you folks at Honoring Aging. And okay, we're moving from this 5-bedroom house. We're moving into this 3-bedroom house. I want you to handle it all. Help me. It says here you'll even help with estate sales and even relocation and stuff like that, right?
Yes. So we can handle an entire move from A to Z. Some things we don't personally do, like estate sales.
Sure.
But we work with estate sale companies all throughout the suburbs. We have a whole vendor list of approved vendors that we have vetted, that we trust, that we can refer to.
Right.
So we can refer you to that estate sale company, or if you need a donation company to come pick up your things, we can refer you to that, or we can work with you to do that downsizing. So we call that sorting, where, if you needed help before you move to go through your things, we would go through the kitchen with you, look to see what you want to keep versus what you're going to maybe donate, and then we can pack away that donation for you and haul it off.
Oh my gosh, Amy, you're going to be my new best friend when it comes time to move. I love this whole idea. Just because because there's just so much to do, and I think this can be so helpful for people. In particular, I'm sure that you've got a lot of clients that maybe don't have a lot of family, or they don't have anybody to turn to. I would imagine too that most of your clients are a little bit older. And so, physically, you can't be hauling these boxes up and down the stairs and doing this all yourself. So having someone like you and your team of people can really be so helpful.
Exactly. Yes. We meet with people who either they don't have kids, or many times now the kids are spread out throughout the country or even overseas.
Right.
So they just don't have that local support. And that is where we come in. And the same thing with getting hurt. We've met people who are trying to do it themselves, but then, their back hurts or something, or we've seen people fall.
Right.
To do it themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're based in the Chicagoland area. Do you work primarily in the Chicagoland area? Like, give me a geographic area so we can give out your phone number and website. But when people are listening, if they wanted to get a hold of you, kind of what's your area of work for clients?
Sure. So we travel up to, I would say, north, like we do Gurnee. We do out to Northbrook. We'll go into the city, down to LaGrange, Orland Park, and then out to Geneva, St. Charles.
So kind of like it sort of sounds like a 30 to 50 mile out of the city of Chicago type of area.
Yeah, I would say we do more in the suburbs than the actual city of Chicago.
Right.
But yeah, we go all over. Mm-hmm.
That's
and
awesome.
Then if someone needs a service, but they don't live in the Chicagoland area, maybe they're in California or Texas or something, there are companies like ours all throughout the country. Honoring Aging, we belong to a national organization. It's called NASMM. It's the National Association of Senior Move Managers.
Oh.
And they can go on that website and just type in their zip code and find a company like ours across the country.
All right, give me the website and the phone number, and give it to me twice so everybody can write this down.
So the NASM website, to find a company like ours but outside of the Chicagoland, that would be www.nasmm.org.
Okay. And what about for you guys locally here?
And then locally here, our website is www.honoringaging, and I'll just spell that. That's HonorIngaging.com.
Okay. And how about one last thing, a phone number? Because I have a lot of listeners that still like using the phone. They call in every Saturday. God bless them all. And so they call me. Hopefully they'll call you.
Oh, sure. Our phone number to the office is 630-524-9282.
Amy Smith is a senior move manager at a company called Honoring Aging. If you're thinking about downsizing and would need some help, sounds like from soup to nuts, these are the people you should call. Amy, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. Continued success to you and your company.
Thank you, Lou. This was so much fun.